All right, everyone, buckle up because today we are diving deep, and I mean deep, into the Thunderbolts trailer. Yeah, you heard that right. Thunderbolts with an asterisk.
They really put that asterisk there for a reason.
Oh, they definitely did. And we're going to figure out exactly why. Plus, we'll break down all the insane details and reveals from this new footage.
We've got some great stuff to unpack here, especially from IGN and Polygon. They had some really insightful takes on this just hours after that trailer dropped.
Right. It feels like everyone's scrambling to make sense of it all. But before we go full conspiracy theory mode, let's set the stage for anyone who might be new to the Thunderbolts.
And that's a great place to start because these guys, well, they're not your typical superhero team.
Okay, so for those of us who haven't had the pleasure of meeting the Thunderbolts in the comic book world, what are we dealing with here?
Well, imagine like a group of reformed villains and anti-heroes, people who've, walked on that darker side of the law.
So less about saving kittens from trees and more about getting your hands dirty.
Exactly. And in the comics, a lot of times they're working for the government, taking on these missions that require, shall we say, a certain moral flexibility. And that's what makes this trailer so exciting. We see Yelena and Red Guardian back in action, and they are not messing around.
Oh yeah, they looked ready to take on, well, pretty much anyone.
And then you've got U.S. Agent still rocking that intense patriotic vibe, and Taskmaster, who's basically a walking arsenal of fighting skills. Oh, and we can't forget Ghost, the one who can just walk through walls.
Talk about a wild card.
Right. And with Bucky Barnes thrown into the mix, I mean, come on. This whole lineup just screams, expect the unexpected.
Seriously. And the way they end the trailer, it's like they saved the biggest bombshell for last. I have a feeling it's going to blow some minds. They just casually introduced this, totally normal dude named Bob.
Right.
And he's played by Lewis Pullman.
Yeah. From Top Gun Maverick.
Exactly. But he's just hanging out wearing this S-belt buckle, and you're kind of left wondering, is that as significant as it seems?
And that's the thing. It totally is. Bob is actually Sentry.
Okay, so not Bob. Got it.
Not just Sentry. Sentry is basically Marvel's answer to Superman, and that's not an exaggeration. The comics don't hold back on his power level.
Not seriously. Superman level. So why are we just now meeting this guy?
See, both IGN and Polygon were all over this, and I think they're right. It's like the trailer creators knew exactly what they were doing, just dropping that S and letting the fans go nuts.
Yeah. Well, it worked. I'm going nuts.
Because Sentry's been a huge deal in the comics, but his whole story is wrapped up in this memory manipulation, hidden identity kind of thing. It's almost like his power is making people forget he exists.
So not only crazy powerful, but potentially responsible for, rewriting MCU history.
Exactly.
Okay, now that's a lot to process.
And it gets even wilder because Sentry's got this whole other side to him, this dark force called the Void.
Oh, here we go. There's always a catch.
It's like, imagine having all the power of Superman, but then also having this equally powerful force of pure destruction inside you that's constantly trying to break free. That's what Sentry's dealing with. It's this constant tightrope walk.
So we're not just talking about another hero showing up. We're talking about a potential game changer for the entire MCU. This could be huge.
Oh, absolutely. And Polygon brought up a really interesting point. What if this whole Thunderbolts thing, the asterisk and everything, is tied directly to Sentry?
You think they're connected somehow?
What if these aren't just your typical Thunderbolts? What if this team was specifically assembled to handle a threat on Sentry's level?
Or a threat that he might accidentally unleash himself.
Exactly.
Okay, see, now that is a theory I can get behind. Because if we're talking about a multiversal reality-bending level threat, the Avengers as we know them, they might not be enough.
Right.
And you need a team that's maybe a little more comfortable bending the rules.
Operating in the shadows.
Exactly. A team like the Thunderbolts. And this actually kind of circles back to your point about why we've never seen Sentry before.
Oh, you think maybe he's been, deliberately kept secret?
What if his whole existence has been wiped from everyone's memories until now? Until the threat was so big, so catastrophic, they had no choice but to bring him in.
Wow. That's it.
Right. Okay, before we go too far down the rabbit hole here, we have to talk about that asterisk. It's not like it's a typo, right? What do you think is up with that asterisk?
Well, IGN seemed to think it's setting us up for something more, like maybe a sequel.
Okay, I see where they're going with it.
Like a Thunderbolts A&D kind of deal.
Ooh, a Thunderbolts expanded universe. I like the sound of that. What else could it be?
Polygon had a different take on it. They were wondering if it's hinting at the Dark Avengers.
Wait, the Dark Avengers? As in, Villains pretending to be heroes?
Exactly.
Okay, now that is just messing with us. How would we even know who to trust?
Right. And with someone like Sentry in play, someone who can literally mess with memories.
We might not even know who the real Thunderbolts are. That's insane.
It really adds a whole other layer to things. And I think that's what makes this trailer so smart. They give us these little clues, these questions about Sentry, the asterisk, even how this team will even work together.
Especially with so much at stake. I don't know about you, but I am so hyped for this movie.
Me too. This feels different.
It's like a whole new chapter for the MCU, this new team, Sentry. It's a lot to take in.
And don't forget, those are just 2 takes on it from IGN and Polygon. There are tons of theories and breakdowns out there already.
Which is where you come in.
Yeah.
We want to hear your thoughts on this trailer, especially that asterisk.
What do you think it means?
Hit us up on social media with your theories, use hashtag DeepDiveMCU, and who knows, maybe your theory is the right one. Until then, happy theorizing, everyone.